y'all. This is Cherie with PassionatePeanandPitcher.com, and welcome to day 2 of our freezer cooking challenge. Now, I had to come on the opposite side of my island because I've got a hot mess over here. We're going to get started because I've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to do. So if y'all are doing freezer cooking challenge, this is from our freezer menu box. It's 12 weeks of recipes. That's 60 main dish recipes and 12 desserts. We have grocery list, prep, everything you need to get freezer food in your freezer for fall. That's hard to say. So today we're doing week 2, which is ranch and Parmesan chicken tenders, sweet and spicy salmon, hash brown and ham casserole, Hawaiian grilled chicken, Asian beef lettuce wraps, and lemon bars. So we're going to do the lemon bars first because you have to do those in 2 steps. So here we go. I'm fixing to take y'all around, y'all. I'm organized, but in a chaotic way. Like, I don't know, I could not get it together with getting everything laid out on my counter. So we're going to go around here. Hey, Sandy and Darlene and Susan, good morning. Okay, y'all, I don't even know if I can hold this. Hold on, I can't take all this with me. I was trying to take my iPad, so I might be able to see y'all's comments. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We're going to go over here. All right, so we're going to start with the lemon bars. And what we had to do, I've got my oven preheated. Oh, and I meant to turn the air down because I'm already hot, sweating up in here. Okay, let me get y'all all settled in for the lemon bars. I really love to see y'all's comments, but anyway, y'all, this is on sale today for $39. So if you haven't grabbed it, you want to grab it. That is like bargain price. And you'll definitely want to get some freezer stands with them. We'll talk more about it later. And if y'all will share this video, we will give away a $25 Amazon gift card. Alrighty, I'm going to try to flip y'all. Where? Yes. Okay, so there's all my meat, y'all. This, as y'all can see, look, it's a mess. It is quite the mess over here. Alrighty, so lemon bars. Here we go. The lemon bars, y'all, this is my mom's recipe. So we use a lot of our favorite just home cooking recipes for these recipes that have been passed down by our mothers. So what I have in here, good morning Rhonda from Texas. I have 1.5 cups of flour. I'm gonna slow down because this is a lot, and I don't want to go too fast, but I want to be able to teach y'all stuff too. Susan says she gets hot too. Y'all, this is a good fan too. These are really thick recipe cards, so that's what I need. I can't believe I didn't turn my air down. Alrighty, thanks Camila for sprinkling. Okay, I have 1.5 cups of flour, 1/2 cup of powdered sugar in here, and then I'm cutting in 3/4 cup of cold butter, which I've cut in most of it, but I thought that I should show y'all how to cut in because some people may not know, young cooks. So this right here, well, it's all gobbled up right now, but this is a pastry blender. And so it's used a lot in pastries to make crust and such. So what you do is you just cube your butter and you just press it like this and get you a good arm workout. So, there you go. Cindy, thanks so much for sprinkling. We love to give away little giveaways to y'all. Okay, so you want this to get crumbly. So we're just going to keep doing it. I didn't want to do this for the whole time because it would have taken oh, it really doesn't take that long, maybe 5-7 minutes. But that's a lot of time when you're on video. So, but you want to kind of get it crumbly where they're just little bitty crumbles. I'll get y'all up close to it really good here in a minute, but we're just going to keep doing this. Susan says she has a neck fan. You know what? I've got one of those too. I didn't even think about that, but I'd probably look a little silly up here on Facebook Live, especially indoors wearing it. Okay, it's getting close. So this is going to press down. You just want to get all of the flour and powdered sugar incorporated. So when you go to put it in your pan, it will press down. Now let me read to see if I need to coat my pan lightly grease my baking dish. So, hey Demi, so glad to see you this morning. Let me move around. Y'all, the problem when you do video in kind of a smaller space is you have to just move stuff around and you're kind of stuck. Like I feel like I'm over here in one little spot. So here we go. Okay, this is my 13x9 baking dish. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spray. And then we're gonna put this down in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dump all of it and then I'm gonna smash it down with my hands. And then this has to bake for 15 minutes and we'll do the filling when it comes out of the oven. So you just wanna press this down to where it's kind of solid. Kind of have a change of plans on one of my recipes that I was going to freeze because my daughter left to go take her dog for a walk and she was like, when's the breakfast casserole going to be ready? And I was like, what breakfast casserole am I making? And then I remembered I'm making the ham and potato, whatever, I forget what the real name of it is. And she was like, oh, I thought we were having that for breakfast. I was like, well, I guess we can. So I'm going to cook that one this morning, apparently. Oh, I've got some butter little clumps right there that didn't go in well. All right, so this is pretty good. Let me wash my hands. You want to go up the side a little bit just so your lemon bars have a little frame, I guess you would call it. That was weird. Something just fell out of my, I think it was ice, fell out of my ice maker. Did y'all do that? Okay, I'm going to pop this in for 15 minutes at 350. Alrighty, we're going to move right along. Okay, let me throw all this in the sink over here. Clean up as well, not clean up, I'm dumping as I go is what I'm doing. Okay, if y'all are just joining, we are doing week 2 from our freezer menu box. Y'all, I just got that wet with my wet hands. And they're fantastic. We are filling our freezer with food for the fall. All the F words. Oh, y'all, that didn't sound good. Scratch that. But it's supposed to be a little rhyme. Okay. Someone asked what we're making, and I can't find my card, but we are making, here's what we're making, if y'all want to screenshot. This is week 2. So we're going to move on to the ranch and Parmesan chicken tenders because everything else is super simple, and these are super simple. They're just a little more labor intensive, but we just got done making the base of the lemon bars. We're going to let that bake, but we're moving on. So here we go. Move all this over. Okay, hold on. Alrighty, so I've got about a cup of ranch dressing, just your plain old salad dressing, and I've got some chicken that I have cut into like chicken tenders. You could definitely use chicken tenders. I just didn't want to deal with the tendons because those are a pain to me and the texture of those really bothers us. So some people, I guess it doesn't bother. Okay, I'm trying to figure, I need an assembly line. And I don't know how y'all can see an assembly line here. I don't think y'all can see. There we go, maybe. Okay. I'm probably gonna need a couple of forks. All right. Oh, I may have to flip the camera. You know what? Scratch that. Sorry, guys. We're going back. I think it'll be better to go back this way. I think y'all will be able to see. Y'all are like right. that better? Y'all give me a heart if that's better, if you can see. Better, I think. Maybe, because I can get it further back. There we go. Okay, I think that's better. I just won't be able to chit chat with y'all, but that's okay. I'll think about something. All right. So, I've got my ranch dressing. I've got some panko breadcrumbs, which I need a measuring cup, but I don't have one. I don't know where it went to. I'm just gonna pour some in here. This calls for a cup, I think. And I actually have more chicken tenders to do that I have in the refrigerator. I'm not gonna do all of them because it's just too time consuming. And then I need a half a cup of shredded Parmesan. And I'm just gonna pour that in there. It's kind of like Parmesan chicken if y'all have ever made it, except for you dip it in the ranch dressing. And then I need a teaspoon of garlic powder because everything is better with garlic. All right, so here we go. We're gonna sledge, whatever the word is, this chicken around. And I know no one really likes to deal with raw chicken, but it's part of the job when you gotta cook for your people. Alrighty, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little chicken tenders, we're going to coat them in the ranch. And y'all, you know what, now that I think about this, although I think it might be a globby mess, I don't know if you could do this in a Ziploc. Y'all tell me if y'all try this. This is the fastest way I think to do it. Actually, this is faster. Just do a few at a time, get them in there, get them coated, and get her done. Is what we're doing. I'm just gonna throw all these in here. And that way I can get rid of one dish. Okay, and then I'm going to leave that over there so that I don't get everything all mixed up. Okay, so I'm getting these breaded. And then I'm putting them on this parchment-lined baking sheet because we are going to flash freeze these. And then what you do is after they get flash frozen, you can take them out and put them in a Ziploc bag. So, and my chicken tenders are all different sizes. We don't discriminate against chicken tenders over here. My family loves these, even like including my husband. So this is a super kid-friendly. Well, my kids are not little, but there's been enough testimony in our supper club that these are definitely a fan favorite of the whole family. Can y'all see? Okay. Now, if you don't like ranch dressing, you could just make these into Parmesan chicken tenders, and what I would do is I would just either rub your breast or your chicken tenders down with some olive oil or dip them in butter and then coat them with your mixture. And those would be super yummy as well. So, because I know there are some people who do not like ranch dressing. Hard to understand, but it happens. All right, y'all, we're getting close, I think y'all can see, okay. Okay, so y'all tell me if you have an air fryer, give me a heart if you have an air fryer and if you love your air fryer, because I am an air fryer newbie. And so I'm trying to learn, but I've not done, let's see, I'm trying to think if I've done any meat. I have not done any meat. I did, last week I did those pizzas. That's what I did, and they were fabulous. And then for the leftover pizzas, I reheated them in the air fryer, and that was fabulous. So I'm really becoming a fan, but I would love to do these in the air fryer. So the directions for cooking these are, hold on a minute, I'll tell you. You thaw them, but you really don't have to. So you can cook them frozen, but you're supposed to drizzle butter over these. And so if you do them in the air fryer, all you air fryer experts, tell me, can I eliminate the butter and maybe just use some like olive oil spray or butter spray or something like that and air fry these suckers, because that is what I really, really want to do. Another tip for these is if you do bake them, to put them on like a rack, like a cookie rack or a rolling rack, so you can kind of get air all around them. So I really think they'll do great in the air fryer. That is what I'm banking on. Okay, y'all, this is the worst, not worst one, but the longest, most involved one. So we are getting close to starting on the fast ones. And, wow, we still have 6 minutes left on our crust. So, that really did not take long. That crust went in for 15 minutes and we started on these almost immediately. Okay, that's taking up almost all of that crumb mixture. I'm probably getting these a little too close. I'm actually gonna sprinkle a little bit more of this on here. Okay, I'm gonna go pop these in the freezer and wash my hands again so we can get started on our next thing. Throw all this stuff, clean up as we go. Okay, so I'm popping these in the freezer. You just want to make space for them so you can just slide them in, let them flash freeze, and then we're going to take them out and put them in a baggie. I hope I have room. Yay, I did. Alrighty, we are going to move right along. Wipe this down. And let me take a little drink of water. Let me see what y'all, do y'all have any questions about any of that? And if y'all, I'm going to go back and reread y'all's answers about air frying those. And did I mention our baby cards? We have these little baby cards that you can include with your recipes that have the directions on the back. So when you pull them out of your freezer, you do not have to go pull out mama card. So there you go, tip of the day. Alrighty, we are going to move on to our sweet and spicy salmon, which I realized the salmon is in the freezer, which is good. You want your salmon in the freezer, but let me show you. Oh, and I just realized, y'all, okay, will y'all give me grace for 5 seconds? Let me get some tape. Remember everything when you're doing these on video. So, Reggie says, please make a card holder or a little holder for the baby cards. I know, we need one. They do come in a Ziploc bag now, so that's a little bit better. And I've heard, and I've been meaning to get one at Walmart, a business card holder. I think it's the perfect size. So those are some other options too. All right. Here is the deal, sweet and spicy salmon. Here we go. So we've got 2 pounds of salmon fillets frozen. These need to be, you can use fresh, but you're gonna freeze it and you're gonna freeze it individually. So it really doesn't matter if you have a pack that are already frozen, that is completely fine. You're gonna do your marinade separate, because if salmon marinates too long, it gets watery and nasty. So here we go. We have got, you know what? I think I can put y'all back. I hope I'm not making y'all too dizzy with my crazy camera skills over here. But this way I can read your comments and everybody's happy and y'all can see really well. Okay, 4th cup of honey. Here is my condiment basket. I'm just kind of keeping everything, and for this particular week, and this is what we try really hard to do, some weeks are better than others, but we use a lot of the same ingredients, so it makes it simpler, because these meals are really not all meant to just be cooked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row and eaten, because they're designed to be done where, this is 1/4 of a cup of honey, I'm not gonna measure. They're designed to be done where you kind of have like ingredients to make the prep faster. So like the spaghetti week, which is week 4, we have 2 spaghettis. Like, we would probably not in real life do that, but for ease of making, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, we have 2 tablespoons. That was 1/4 cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce. This is all your good Asian infused flavors. This is one of my family's favorites. I pretty much made this recipe, this marinade up, because we love it so, so much. A tablespoon of sesame oil. If y'all have never cooked with sesame oil, it is very intense flavor. It is a lot of times put in at the very end of a dish that is an Asian inspired dish to really just meld all the flavors. Okay, a tablespoon of squeezed garlic. I'm not gonna measure this out because I've made this so much. I'm just gonna probably just use the end of this. Well, that may have been a little bit too much, but it's good, very good. And 3 cloves of minced garlic. And I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3. And then a sprinkling of some red pepper flakes, just for a little bit of heat. Alrighty, now at the end, when you make it, this actually is baked, but you could, we grill ours a lot of times. So I'm just gonna mash this all together. You could definitely not do this. You could do this day of. This is not, but it's just where, the reason for this recipe is really ease. So now when you want to make salmon, you can, like, you know it's ready. Okay, that is my crust. Let me take that out. Okay. Oh, my glasses are fogging up. Y'all, that is a lot of beeping happening over there. Okay, back to the salmon. So the reason I ran and got my tape was because, oh, you know what? Well, I'm gonna tape this onto here, except for the fact that I need to get another little thing. This is crazy, y'all. I'm gonna put my little baby card in here because I like to reuse my baby cards and I don't want them to get slimy. So I put it in a little snack bag. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tape all this on here so we know what it is. I've got my salmon. I really don't wanna have to double bag that because that's a lot of bags. But first of all, I'm gonna tape this on here. Then I'm gonna tape this marinade to my salmon. So there we go. Now we know what it's for, what to do. My husband can get this card if he's the one doing it when I'm not home, and he can turn it over and see how to do the salmon. All right, so we've got that. So that's 2 down. The ranch ones were more intense. So let's do another marinade while we're going for it. And here we go. So this is the Hawaiian grilled chicken, and it is another kind of Asian-y marinade. So I've got a cup of brown sugar, and I need 1/3 a cup of chicken broth. So I'm eyeballing this, y'all. It's a marinade. It's not gonna matter. Okay, that's about, yeah, there we go. That's about 1/3 of a cup, maybe a little bit more. Okay. All right, now I will measure the rest of this out because I don't trust myself. 3/4 of a cup of ketchup, which sounds kind of weird, but it works. This is a cup. Let me make sure that's right. Yes, it does. 3/4 of a cup. Here we go. Come on, come on. If y'all are just joining, we are giving away a $25 Amazon gift card if you share this video. We really appreciate it. That really helps us because Facebook doesn't show our stuff, y'all, and we want to help y'all to be able to get dinner on the table. And so that helps us a lot. Now I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of low sodium soy sauce. So here we are. This is going to be about perfect. Yay! And 2 cloves of garlic. More garlic, y'all. Garlic and onions. That's where it's at. All the flavor. All right, so we're going to stir this up. And now for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to remove, and this is, I'm so glad that I read this. You're going to measure out 1 1/3 cups of marinade and pour into a quart-sized bag because you're going to use that the day of. And then the rest of this, we are going to pour over our chicken. So I'm going to have to get another baggie because I was not organized with my bags. And I'm definitely going to need my handy dandy freezer stand. If y'all have never seen these freezer stands, these things are amazing. Tabby and Rob Machino, thank you for sharing. And Lisa for sprinkling. Sharing and sprinkling is the same thing. We want to sprinkle the love everywhere. Now I need another measuring thing. Thank y'all for giving me grace with my measuring because I'm telling y'all, I have got stuff all over the place. Okay, sweet and spicy salmon, you are done. You can go over there. Okay, so I said 1 1/3. Listen, this is not rocket science, and if you don't get 1 1/3 cups, okay, look, I'm trying to measure this out, but y'all can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, that is plenty to save. I feel like that is a lot that we're saving and not much we're putting on the chicken. Let me make sure. Measure out 1 1/3 cups marinades and pour into a quart-sized bag. Okay, place the chicken in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, which I already have. This is a couple of pounds of chicken breast that I've actually sliced thin. Okay, so I am going to pour the rest of my marinade over this. I do know that. Alrighty. My dishwasher is going to definitely be getting a workout today. Alright, so here we go. You know what? I need a washcloth. A mess. Okay. Y'all, this is, I probably got y'all too up close and personal with my chicken. Alrighty. So that is our third one. And we've got half of our living bars done. Alrighty, so the rest of this marinade I'm gonna pour into my other little Ziploc. Get the air out of it. Then, let me mix this around a little bit. I want all those flavors to get in there. And for this one, I am gonna double bag it. And I'm actually using, from my double bagging, I sent my daughter to do my shopping for me yesterday, and she came home with the Kroger brand, so I'm hoping that they're fine. I think they'll be fine. Then I'm gonna put my little baby card right in here, and it tells us exactly what to do at the end. So we're gonna drain the chicken and discard that marinade. And then we're gonna baste it with the additional marinade. That is a lot of marinade that's left over. What I will probably do is I'm gonna probably cook that down to like a glaze. Is what I'm gonna do. So that is what I would recommend doing. Alrighty, there we go. The Hawaiian grilled chicken. Okay, I have not done freezer meals in a hot minute, y'all. So I kind of feel out of practice. And we've got a lot more to go this week. So we gotta get with it. Alrighty, here is the last meat one and then we will finish our dessert. This is the Asian beef lettuce wrap. So as you see, we have a theme going on here. And I'm actually doubling this recipe because I've got big meat eater boys that like to have some, if they're gonna have lettuce wraps, they're gonna have a lot. That's all I'm gonna say, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm doubling this. So I've got 2 pounds of lean ground beef in here. So if I'm doubling and I need 3 tablespoons of honey, I'm gonna need 6. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of honey. 5. Oh, and I just realized we still do have one more. Y'all, I gotta speed it up. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Here we go again. I should have thought through this because I could have do measurements. This is going to be like a little over 1/4 of a cup. 2, 3, 4. Okay, y'all remember I'm doubling this. So you do not, if you are making this with me, do not use these measurements that I'm doing. Then it calls for a tablespoon of sesame oil. So 1. See, I'm using all these things that I already have over here open in my thingy. A tablespoon of ketchup. So there's our ketchup again. 1, 2, and 2 cloves of garlic. So I'm gonna have to get some more garlic. Some red pepper flakes again. Oh, where'd they go? And I'm just gonna give them a little sprinkle. And then some green onions. All right, 3 green onions chopped. So we're just gonna guesstimate in here that is good enough for green onions. Okay, so for this one, we are going to, y'all, these Asian sauces, they make a mess. Hold on. I've got some on my card, so let me get that wiped up. So what you're gonna do with this one is you actually just smash it all together. And then the day of, all you do is just fry these up. Get you some lettuce and maybe some more sliced green onions and some sesame seeds. You know, you'll want to go ahead and drain your beef, but if you're using the lean ground beef, you may not have to. Sorry that's making so much noise, but anyway, there is that. So, put this in another bag. I don't think you'd really have to double bag this, and I will reuse these bags. But for ease of getting my little baby card in here, or you could definitely just write on your bag. I'm going to double bag it. And I'll get more air out of that later. So there are your Asian beef lettuce wraps. So moving right along. Okay, I think we're maybe done with all of those Asian things. Okay, I've got to move all my stuff over here. This is the hash brown and ham casserole that my daughter wants for breakfast. So, change of plans with my container that I'm using. Since I'm not freezing it, I'm not going to waste my aluminum container. So, moving on to this. Y'all, this one is super, super duper easy. So, if you can, you'll want to find these refrigerated potatoes. That way you don't have to worry with having to thaw them. But with that being said, you could definitely use frozen ones as well. That totally works. Alrighty, so the first thing we're gonna do, let's get our card down here. I should be using my little card holder stand, but apparently I'm not. Okay, we're just going to put our potatoes down in our greased pan. Spread these babies around. And then we're going to sprinkle with cheese, ham, green chilies, and onions. Okay, so here's the deal. And this is where I love our recipes because you can really make them customizable to your family. So my daughter, who requested this for breakfast, is actually having to follow the FODMAP diet right now, so she cannot have onions or like hot spicy things or garlic or anything. So I'm going to leave all that stuff off her side and put all the rest of the things on the other side. So this is 1.5 cups. Let me make sure. 1.5 cups of shredded Colby Jack. So she can have cheese. So we're going to load it up with a bunch of cheese. Cheesy yumminess. That is definitely plenty of cheese right there. And then we're going to do our ham. And I just got this ham that's already chopped. And I drained the water out of it. Actually, I'm not going to leave it all globbed there, but for ease of getting it out of this container, because there's still a little bit of water, even though I drained it. And I want every little piece of ham out of there that I can get. Spread this around. This is a perfect recipe if you're making after Thanksgiving, after Easter, where you have leftover ham, or if you've got leftover ham hanging in your refrigerator like I do, that has been there since Christmas or Easter, which I should have gotten out and used, but I didn't. Okay, so there's that. Now I've got to start thinking about her dietary needs. So on half of this, I'm going to put these diced green chilies. And like I said, she went shopping for me yesterday and she got the really hot ones. So yeah. There we go. We're going to have one side that's really spicy, and I'm not even going to use all of them because it's just going to be too much. And then I'm going to put green onions on one side. Now, she said that she can have on this FODMAP diet the green parts of the green onions. So I'm going to try to give her a little bit of those over there. But y'all, I'm nice, but I don't know that I'm that nice to pick out every little green speck for her. I'll give her a few. And then if she wants more, she can come pick her out some. If you know what I mean. Alrighty, so there's that. Whoop. And now we've got to dip some eggs. Okay, yeah, that's all that. Alrighty, so I've got 4 eggs here, and I need a whisk. All right, got 4 eggs here, and then you put in a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. Pour that in there. I hope this all fits. Oh goodness, tight. So this is evaporated milk. I know some people get confused with evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk. Do not put sweetened condensed milk in this because I love sweetened condensed milk, but I just don't think it would work in here. You want to save your sweetened condensed milk for things like lemon icebox pie. But I know when I was younger, I used to really get confused with the evaporated and sweetened condensed milk. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in here. Or you could just salt and pepper your casserole as well. Probably doesn't need a whole lot because that ham's got salt. Those potatoes probably have salt. Okay, I'm a little full over here. Let me make sure that that I've got everything right. Yes. Okay, this is good. And then I'm just gonna pour all of this over it. Get that out. Let's see. Yummy. So this is a good breakfast for dinner, a good brunch or breakfast, or not even breakfast for dinner. I mean, it's not really as eggy as it seems like it might be. It's more potatoey. So there you go with the ham and cheese casserole. Now, if I was freezing this, I would probably put some saran wrap down and then put some foil and tape my baby card on top of it. But it's going straight into the oven. So I'm not going to freeze it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put it in. And I think it can cook with my lemon bars, maybe. Put it in. So, great segue to the lemon bars. Here is our lemon bar crust. So y'all, we're so close. We're getting so close. Let me do just a tiny bit of straightening up here. So I've got my, sorry for all that noise. Okay, I think that I need that whisk that I just threw in here. I do. Let me give it a little rinse. All right, lemon bars. Who wants to see the lemon bars? Do y'all love lemon bars, y'all? And tell me if you've made these lemon bars, if you think we can freeze them. Because here is the honest truth with the freezer meal desserts. So when we originally started all these menu plans, we did not include desserts with the very first one, which is the yellow box, the slow cooker box. All right. And so then we kind of started working on a freezer. Well, hold on a second. Let me backtrack on that. We started working on some desserts, and we thought about doing a dessert menu, but then we kind of put that on the back burner and we switched over to freezer meals. So then this baby was born, the freezer box, because we thought it was so valuable to have food in the freezer to help families. And so we were not going to include desserts. And kind of at the last minute, we were like, let's add desserts. And so that is a little bit why there's confusion on, can the desserts be frozen? Can they not be frozen? Because we added them at the last minute and they were not really intended to be frozen. And so maybe when we do freezer box 2, we will include true freezer desserts. In fact, I know we probably will. Y'all, I cannot find my card for the lemon bars. So hold on. Oh, here it is. So that is the story on these. So if you can freeze them, y'all let me know. Jackie Smith Barber says, yes, you can. Trader Joe's has a wonderful lemon bar there in their freezer. Good to know. So it has just worked out. The Lord works in mysterious ways like that, that most of these can be frozen. And so we love that. All right, so we're going to do our filling for these lemon bars. I've got 4 large eggs here. And well, now that I don't know why I'm using measuring cups to be making my things today. I'm kind of questioning this. I think this is a 4 cup, it should fit. I've got to add in 1.5 cups of sugar. And now I'm looking at my sugar thinking, do I have 1.5 cups of sugar in here? Because I did not measure that out. I've got more sugar. Y'all don't worry. It'll be all right. You know what? Y'all don't have to watch me measure sugar. It's going to be a lot easier for me to do it this way. And I only have a 1/2 cup measuring cup right here, so here we go. Okay, so there's a 1/2. What did I say? 1.5? Yes. 1.5 cups. So that's a 1/2. And here is 1. And then 1 more 1/2 and we'll be good to go. Y'all, I get immense joy when I get to the end of something and can open a new container. I do not know why. It's kind of weird. Because it makes me happy that I've used up my items. All right, so we're whisking in. And one thing that is great about this recipe, you don't have to drag out a mixer. This is an old-timey recipe. You do everything by hand. And I just love that. Okay, so we need a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Where is my lemon juice? Oh, it's in the refrigerator. Okay. And if you were feeling very inspirational, you could squeeze your own lemons. We're not that inspirational over here. Okay, I have a new lemon juice. Glad I did that. So I need just a tiny bit more. Cindy, thanks. She said she liked my little containers I have my sugar in. Little canister thingies. Okay, so a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. And now I need to add a little bit of baking powder to this to fluff these babies up. 3/4 of a teaspoon. Now y'all, you know I don't have a 3/4 teaspoon out here. Let me see. The Old Faithful, y'all, this is so old. Pampered Chef, do they even still make these? I do not know. It has a slider, so you can like do all these different measurements. So I've had this thing for, good grief, there is no telling, 20+ years. It definitely comes in handy for this type of a measurement though. Whoop. 3/4 of a teaspoon, there you go. Thank you, Pampered Chef. And that is it for the filling. So that, oh goodness, y'all, I just got that everywhere. Y'all, don't add that last. It's like puffing up and everything in here. I think normally I would have added that with my sugar. I'm doing things really backwards today in here, so I hope this works. I got to get that incorporated down in there. I've made these things 100 times, but I have not made them recently. Okay, so make sure I've got everything. Egg, sugar, baking powder, and lemon juice. Mix well, then we're going to pour over the crust. Your crust does not have to be cooled. Mine's cooled a little bit. I don't know that I would pour it right out of the oven, but I believe I probably have before. And then we're going to bake this at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes until it is lightly browned. And then to make them really, really pretty, after they have cooled, go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar over them because they look really, really fancy when you do it like that. Let me get every little drop out of here. All right, y'all, my dishwasher is going to get a big workout. So there you go. There are the lemon bars. They are fantastic. Like I said, they're an old recipe. They're my mom's recipe. And she made them better. You know how when someone else makes it, they're always better than what you do. And that's how everything I make that was her recipe is. But these are fabulous. So we'll pop those in the oven. They have to cook 25 to 30. And so let me go ahead and pop those on and then we'll recap what all that we have done. So there we go. We will recap. Cindy said mom's recipes are the best. They are for sure. So we're gonna recap what all we've done here. We have made Hawaiian grilled chicken. This is week 2 of our freezer deal, y'all. We have made sweet and spicy salmon. Oh goodness, can't reach it. We have made Asian beef lettuce wraps. Oh, let me get the chicken tenders out. We have made ranch parmesan chicken tenders. They're not quite hard enough, but they're getting there. So I'll probably pop those back in. We've got our lemon bars in the oven. We've got our hash brown and ham casserole in the oven. We did it. Week 2 of freezer cooking is in the books, but now we have to deal with all of this mess in my sink. Can y'all see that? It's a mess. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. But I'm throwing it all in the dishwasher. I give myself grace, like Lori says, on cooking days. Let the dishwasher do the work and don't feel guilty about it. So anyway, I hope this has inspired y'all and given you some tips. If y'all got any questions, I will look back throughout the day and try to answer them. Y'all keep sharing to win a $25 gift card, and we are so thankful for y'all and appreciate y'all supporting Passionate Penny Pincher. So if y'all have not gotten your freezer box and you're interested in filling your freezer, these are fantastic recipes. They're family approved, tried and true recipes, and you'll get 72 of them for $39. I think this sale's going on all week, so if y'all are interested, you want to get them while they're still on sale. Y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.